Every economist, including the United States and all over the globe, have failed to predict the recession or the depression, what they call slowdown in the market, high inflation, slow economic growth, bankruptcy, and all that stuff. What is this all about? I'm going to just describe to you in a very short video because people these days don't like long videos. I just put one point over here and try to give you an example of a tree. Any tree has three aspects to it. It has a crown, the beautiful crown, and it has a trunk. So the trunk and crown is visible to everybody, but the roots, which are very important for any tree to stay strong during a hurricane, cyclone, tsunami, is very important. Deeper the roots, stronger the tree stands. Ladies and gentlemen, SK, welcome to my YouTube channel again. I'm shooting this video at this magnificent place, Pushkar region, and it's my resort. It's my tent house, whatever you call it. But let's get back to the point. What I'm trying to say to you, what message I'm trying to convey when I give an example of a tree which has a deepened root, or the tree which does not have deep and strong roots, it will fall off. It will uproot it when small cyclone or a small heavy wind will flow. It will let it collapse. It will let it uproot it. So same thing is happening in the US economy, which is bringing a chain of collapse in the global market, including India. Like what has happened in 2008 when Lehman Brothers, along with Washington Mutual Bank, filed for bankruptcy. It was a nightmare for the entire world, not only for the United States, because there was an association of all over the world of these banks. They did some insecure lending of home loans which they could not recover, and finally they had to file for bankruptcy in 2008 September 15 or September 14. But my point is, what is happening right now? Since 2020, the pandemic hit the world, the shutdown, lockdown, there was some boom happened in IT industry. They rapidly expanded their businesses without having a proper vision, which resulted again in a nightmare. And who paid the price? The people, those who have been hired by these people, these mang, they call, people love to work with them. They lay off several people without even notifying them, without even giving them chance to get a new job opportunity. So that was a failure of few big giants, the IT giants, those who saw people coming online due to shutdown, and they thought that it will remain same, but it did not happen. People were locked into their houses and they wanted to come. The moment the restrictions were over, they all came out, and the offline entertainment started, and online entertainment went rapidly down comparison. But the few YouTubers became billionaires after having millions of subscribers. But that is another point of discussion. Let's not get into it. This video I want to keep it for less than 5 minutes. So let's get back to Signature Valley Bank, which is in Silicon, the largest commercial bank. And Forbes recently announced a 16 number and all that stuff. You will get all this information on the Google. I don't want to get into the technical part of it because this is not for the layman. It's actually for layman people those don't have more interest in finance. So what exactly went wrong with Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank, who recently got shut down, and even the Joe Biden and the president is asking to take an action against the management and the CEO. So it was again, an unprecedented, unpredictable situation arises due to Ukraine-Russia war. What is these commercial banks were associated with the startup. People had BNB, Airbnb, printers, all have their investment into this. And what they did, they actually invested the amount into the security bonds for the US government. The federal bank increased the prices due to the oil prices shot up, inflation, restriction, and certain sanctions on the Russia, oil prices, gas prices, inflation, interest rates. The federal bank increased the interest rate. which resulted in a disaster, for these Signature Valley Bank and other banks. And finally, they were asked by their startup businesses to take out the money back. And that's where the trouble started. They could not hold the money into their repository. They had to ask the government, ask another, associations to get them, sustain into the market. And finally, they had to file for a bankruptcy. And all of a sudden, they got shut down.